Hey y'all, it's Erica and I'm back again for some more video. Talking about masculine energy and feminine energy and how it pertains to dating and why this can sometimes be frustrating. So, if you guys have seen any talks about masculine energy and feminine energy on the internet, you know that masculine energy is doing, giving. Feminine energy is just being, receiving. And do you hear my cat? I think she wants a boyfriend as much as I do. Anyway. Anyway, even in same-sex couples, somebody's got to be the masculine, somebody's got to be the feminine. And when you have a masculine counterpart and a feminine counterpart, you create polarity, which creates more of an attraction and it works better. The masculine energy is dominant, the feminine energy is submissive. So, in the dating world, this looks like the man reaching out first, the man pursuing, the man making solid plans, and the feminine sitting back, being chill, being unbothered, being radiant and grateful when she experiences the plans. And this is typically how, if we want to be happy and in our natural energy as women, we really do prefer to kind of be relaxed and allow for the man to take this lead. You know, we want to see leadership. We want to see, we want to see effort. And this is something that alpha men do very naturally. They will, tell you, for instance, hey, we're going here, be ready, stuff like that. The issue in society today is that most women have been forced into their masculine energy of doing, because so many men these days are completely emasculated and they're actually in the feminine energy. So if you actually learn about this stuff, which I have been studying this now for a couple of years, so I'm pretty confident to talk about it. And once I had the knowledge of this, I could look back at certain relationships and I could see, oh yeah, I can see why I was uncomfortable. Because when the man, if you have a female and a male, and the male simply isn't in that masculine leadership, it forces the female to be that energy because shit needs done. And so that's why so many, you see really see a lot of it these days, unfortunately. It's a very sad situation. And I mean, I could get into the rabbit hole of the attack on masculinity through, this is the evil plan. This is the evil plan to attack the masculinity, because once they eradicate a strong masculine presence, They know it's so easy to just get in there and get the more vulnerable sex, women and children, you know? It's a lot easier for their master plan to just completely enslave humanity. So you can see clearly where there's been a plot to completely wipe out healthy masculinity, and it's through the birth control in the water. Someone had even told me about this study they did on frogs. If you know anything about that, go ahead and comment below. But anyways, several things about masculine energy and feminine energy. I'm going to mention some things specific to twin flames, and then I'm just going to generalize it also, because I do know this is a bit stronger with twin flames. Sometimes, well, I would say most of the time, when you have a twin flame relationship, sometimes the whole lesson that you need to learn is that switch. So you can sometimes see in a twin flame dynamic, especially when the codependency gets triggered, it launches the feminine into her masculine energy and therefore switches the masculine into his feminine energy. And this is just what we call an inverted polarity. And that's when the female is in the masculine energy and the male is in the feminine energy. But this is not only twin flames. This is a lot in society today. And if you see this, you notice this, you see this is looking like the woman going out to her job 12 hours a day and coming home to the guy who's sitting there on the video games, and then when she gets home to that, she will still cater to him, take care of him. It's a mothering energy. And here's the thing about mothering energy. Even though it's a female and feminine thing to be a mother, mothering is actually a masculine trait, a masculine action. Nurturing, which you would also think is actually feminine, is not. It is a masculine energy. So while we are being mothers, we're actually in our masculine energy. And when we take that action, that leadership with our children and the household tasks, especially as a single mom, we're dominantly in our masculine energy. We're getting things done. We're making plans. We're checking off the list, the to-do list. We're, physically doing the caretaking. And so that's why it can be so hard as a single mother who is forced to use that energy to be able to attract a true masculine partner. Especially if you don't know anything about this. That's why sometimes you'll get the beta males who are very emasculated, and it's like they want to be with you, but they don't want to lead you. They don't want to be dominant with you. They don't want to be your man. They want to join the mix and be like having another child. And that's why so many women are so miserable in their relationships. It's because these men are goddamned emasculated as fuck, and they have no clue. They don't know what polarity is. They don't know why they're not feeling a certain type of a way. And this just grows so much resentment not only with the female, because she's having to be in her masculine energy, and that's not where her natural happiness lies, but in the male too, because he's out of his natural energy of his dominance and his doing energy, that he also is just very dissatisfied. And that's why it makes dating is it's challenging. I'll just say that it's challenging, because what we want to see straight off the go is, can you lead? Can you pursue? Can you dominate me? And unfortunately, in a numbers game, what I'm witnessing is most can't. And these are the ones that you, as a feminine woman, we need to basically flow away or gravitate, or not give much time to that. Because if we're truly looking for what's going to make us our most happiness, we are going to be most happy being with a dominant man who can lead us, who wants our heart to, wants to protect our heart, wants to claim us as his own. Now remember, the definition of love is to see someone the same way you see yourself. So that means it takes someone who truly cares for themselves to care for you. You want to be someone's queen. You want to be someone's princess. You want to be someone's baby girl. You want to be someone's love. You don't want to be like attracting a man who's trying to, get something from you. You want to attract a man who's feeling that desire to give to you, to shelter, protect, provide, and pleasure you, And that's why people are miserable in their relationships. Straight the fuck up. I see a healthy relationship, I see a happy woman, it's because the man is dominant and she gets to be in submission. I've never got to have a relationship like that, and that's why I, got the fuck out of some of these just retarded, shitty, abusive situationships I have been in. This was all before I learned about this. When I got out of my abusive marriage with my karmic twin, I just dove in. Well, I had to go through quite a lot of feeling to healing. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I dove into the healing and I dove into the learning, but I also had to fall apart. And to this day, I can still see how emasculated, and this is why nothing worked. You're not gonna rob me of my femininity. Like, I'm not gonna be around that. And yeah, I'm a strong presence as a female. But if you have a stronger masculine and you're dominant, I am your little submissive sweetie poo, you know? And I think that's what a lot of women are out here experiencing now. It's like, yeah, I'm doing the things because I have to, because that's life. But preferably, I would be taken care of by a dominant man who claims me to be his. And, this is a real boundary that women in the dating world really need to be, not wasting time on these emasculated males. And it's sad that there's so fucking many. It really is. But what does this look like? This looks like you not making the first move. This looks like you not being the pursuer, you not leading them. Because the thing of it is, you might be able to make these plans and invite these guys out, and, they're going along with it because you're making it really convenient on them. They're going along with what you say, and they got no reason not to because, it's a convenient, fun time. And if you go on like this, not knowing the difference, and you're just like, hey, like, let's hang out, I want, can I come over? Or, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. They might be going along, and next thing you know, it's 6 months down the road, and you're here living your life in the masculine. You're the pursuer. You're the one doing the effort, and he's receiving from you. And by the time you're so caught into it and you got feelings and everything else, and you feel like and you want to test this out, and you want to hang back, you want to pull the energy back and see, does this guy have the capability and the drive and the desire to lead me, to dominate me? And I think, sadly, from a lot of what I'm seeing, is this is where these situationships come in, to where, these women think they have a boyfriend or think they have a man, but in all actuality, you just got somebody who's just going along with you. And that is not leadership. That's not going to give you the happiness that you're wanting. Especially if the desire and the human need is to be claimed, chosen, cherished, led by the man. You might have a little fun here for a while, but it's going to get exhausting. You're going to get burnt out from being in that masculine energy, and it's going to make you resent them and the situation. And then if you're actually really just in such a people-pleasing zone that you're still just thinking that, you're going along and you're doing everything for him. Oh, hey, babe, can I make you a snack? Like, hey, I'm guilty of this. This is kind of what happened with me and my twin flame. He was always the pursuer. And I was always just kind of sitting back. I was like, no, I mean, he was young. He is younger than me, which is fine. But when he first started trying to talk to me, he was like too young. So I was just kind of, no, we should not talk. Like, we can't talk, And then over the years, he had some birthdays, whatever, and he was coming at me, pursuing, And this happens, I think, with a lot of twin flames, because this is one of the biggest lessons that twin flames are here to learn, is how to actually embody your true nature. And for the girls, that's being the divine feminine. For the guys, it's being the divine masculine. Once I had fallen for him, the polarity completely got fucking reversed. And let me know if you're a twin flame and that happened to you, where you were being, or even if you're not a twin, if that happened to you, if you were being pursued at first. And then once you really started to get those feelings for the person, if it got inverted, and then you started being the pursuer, the chaser, the doer, the maker of the plans for the most part. And because I had been studying all of this and I knew of it, I really, really tried to rein that in and continue to heal myself, because typically, if you're a female and you do feel the need to chase, to pursue, it's usually codependent wounding, stuff like that. And there's a lot of healing that needs to be done around that. However, this really becomes an issue when you are learning and knowing about the feminine energy. But because there's so many people that don't know about it, I feel like some of the women who truly embody their feminine energy are being kind of overlooked or passed up, because quite honestly, we require effort. Feminine women require effort on your part. We don't want half-ass communication. We want clear, consistent communication. We don't want someone to be like, oh, you want to hang out? Oh, what do you want to do? No, we want you to make a plan and invite us. We don't want to be constantly hitting you up or having to like be the one to keep you in our lives. We want you to make a place for us in your life and put us there. And it's like it's okay to reach out, sometimes, but for the most part, the man really needs to be doing the leading. And you have to be in a place where you can feel comfortable submitting to his leadership. And so I kind of switched to doing that. And this is the kind of frustrating thing, is sometimes these guys' leadership is like kind of slow. I mean, it's kind of spotty, but it's like, this is where it really becomes important in the dating world not to get yourself attached to anyone, because you need to see if do they have these qualities that you need to be happy. Like, the beta males are just not it. They're not it. They're not gonna do it. And honestly, it's like, now I know about this, it's like I can so see like people's relationship dynamics. I'm like, no. And yeah, I may be single, but that also means I'm not freaking settling for bullshit. I have in the past, but I would rather have failed relationships and learning experiences under my belt than someone claiming that they have a successful marriage because they literally get treated like crap and have to cater and mother their partner instead of being cherished by them. That is not a successful marriage. Just because you have stayed with somebody for a number of years in a situation where you're basically not being ravished by the man, that's just dumb. And no matter how many years you can claim or how much of an anniversary celebration, like, what are you celebrating? Are you celebrating settling for someone who doesn't lift you up and cherish you? Because no thanks. No fucking thanks. And that's why a lot of women are single. A lot of fucking beautiful women who know their value and know their worth and know about masculine and feminine polarity are fucking single. Because we don't want to settle for that dumb bullshit. So, where this especially gets frustrating is on the dating apps. You know, you can swipe on somebody. There's plenty of cute guys out there, okay? I'm on Facebook dating, I'm on Tinder. I don't check them so often, but I'm on there. You know, I have seen some cute guys. And they'll be like, "Oh, you're so hot." Like, you know, I'll be like, "Thanks." I'll be like, "What are you doing?" You know, and it's like, I think a lot of these guys, because of this mass emasculation plot in society, so many of these guys literally have been conditioned to really feel and believe that the girl needs to go after them. And I think a lot of what plays into this too is that like a few years ago, like everybody was talking about, oh, stage 4 creeper, stage 4 clinger, like where it really made men feel uncomfortable giving a woman a compliment, attempting to ask a woman on a date, things like that. I think a lot of that played into it also. So it's kind of like guys, almost to be safe, um, have kind of adopted this belief that, you know, the girl just needs to come after them. And a lot of people are talking about this. You know, a lot of men notice it too. It's like this new crop of beliefs where it's these guys, they want flowers, they want booty rubs, they want to be basically the girl in the relationship. And I'm just not here for it. I'm just not here for that. I'm just not interested. You know, when it comes to my twin flame, I could be almost 50. I could almost deal with 50-50. I could almost deal with that because the person that I am, very caring, very loving, I don't mind. In fact, I do get some happiness from, you know, showering a person I love with love. I would like to do that, but it also needs to be more like he's taking the lead in that, you know. And I've met some serious fucking bitches on a couple of these. I will tell a story in another video about. You could just see like the lack of leadership skills, pretty much. There's a lot of women out here ready to be amazing. And we're kind of just like waiting on these men to get a clue and lead. So, the thing about feminine energy is you can't really fake it. Like, you really have to be unbothered. And you know, I'm still like learning how to balance this out because, like I said, when you're a single mom, you're doing stuff. You know, you kind of have to be in your masculine. But I think at this point, I have enough breaks from the mothering, and my kids are like old enough to where I can stay in my feminine regardless if there's a man. I'm going to do what I need to do to stay in my femininity. And that looks like for me doing what I want, going with the flow, not setting myself schedules. I don't live by a time clock. It means when I feel like working, I will, and if I don't, I won't. It means when I want to buy something for myself, I do. When I feel like laying down or resting, instead of washing dishes, I will lay down and prioritize my rest. It means putting my body and my emotions as priority and honoring that. If I want a warm cup of tea and I want to get cozy and cuddle up, that's what I'm gonna motherfucking do. You know? It means taking time to do my makeup, taking time to do my skincare, pampering myself, just allowing myself to feel good. And just feeling my feelings, whether they're happy or if, I'm going through something, allowing myself to just feel that all the way. I also like to be in tune with my intuition and be in nature. And this is the stuff that I used to never be able to do when I was like single mom of so many years in a row. I never got a bath. I never did anything. Like, and if I, when I did put on my makeup, it wasn't like a enjoyable experience. It was just something I was doing and get on with my day. Being in your feminine energy is just kind of like, chill. When I'm talking to you guys, I am, kind of utilizing a little bit of masculine energy because teaching is a masculine energy. But, I know how to get back out of that too. And for an example, with my twin flame, whenever he was around, and this is why I think I really love to be around him, he brings out that feminine side, that sweet side of me that I really, really like about myself. And, I love just sitting back, like letting him be the boss, like I love that. And it was always like, I just remember with a couple of my exes, it was like, even the one that just went along with shit, he was so beta. He still is beta as fuck. Like, he'll go along with anything I ask him to do or tell him to do, but it's like the whole point is I'm not trying to be the boss. I'm not trying to have that mental load. I'm not trying to be in my head thinking. I'm trying to be the female, feeling, enjoying, receiving. And with that motherfucker, I'd be like, okay, vacuum this floor, or can you order the pizza now? Or, okay, get the pizza ordered, or go give her a bath. It was like I had to give direct orders, and yeah, he'd get done what I need him to do, but it's like, can't you just see and look around at what needs done and do it? Can you sense that I'm irritated or what? Like, he was, anyways, and then I had the one that if I didn't say anything or what to do, it's like nothing would ever happen. And it was like, so I'm either forced to do something myself or forced to like verbally tell him what needs done. And either way, it's still the masculine energy. It's the mental load that I'm not interested in carrying. To be with a man means your life is easier. Your life gets to flow because he handles the masculine stuff. And it's kind of gotten to the point where, like, for me, I'm not going to allow life to rob me of my femininity. I'm just like, I'm not going to allow a emasculated male to rob me of my femininity anymore. I just simply will not participate in things that I don't want to. You know, like, I'm not going to do the masculine things. Things will just go undone, and that's fine. But yeah, so I could go on and on and on about masculine energy and feminine energy. And a lot of people will say that this day and age, you know, you want to have half of your feminine energy, half of your masculine energy, and then you want your man also to be half in his feminine, half in his masculine. But this is not where you're going to get the most satisfaction from a relationship. According to the polarity studies, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like people need to get the fucking memo. That's why I'm going to be on here. I'm going to be talking a little bit more, you know? So let me know if this is landing. Let me know if this is easy to understand and helpful, because I just want to see everyone ascend. You know, I want to just live in a world where how it's meant to be is more normalized, because it truly is fucking clown world out there. It really is just upside down world. And if you've seen my last video, it was like a 5-minute video about men truly lacking protective leadership skills. I mean, this is a problem in society. And there are more and more men rising up. You know, I never want to say that this is not happening. It's happening. I want to believe that the more I work on myself, the more femininity I can embody. And this is what they say, when you can truly embody your femininity, it will polarize your twin flame to rise in his masculinity and start pursuing you again. So this is a practice for twin flames, but it's also a practice, I think, for anyone who wants to have a conscious polarized relationship. And in the meantime, it's like, you know, I'll date someone, but like, can you lead me? I don't even care about forever. It's like, can you lead me with the time that we have together? Can you lead me? Then maybe I'd want to see you again. Like, that's what I'm saying. I can be a real sweetheart, you know, but it just takes the right person to bring that out. And it's like, you know, my ex, he'll tell you, my karmic, he'll tell you all kinds of stuff. Oh, this, and that. He has demonstrated so much emasculation. Like, emotions, that's a feminine thing. And I've even been studying this, like, they're even going so far as to saying gift giving, that is a masculine penetrative action. They're saying that when you're in a true polarized relationship, that the female should not be giving gifts to the man. She should not be complimenting the man. She should not be energetically penetrating the man at all, because penetration is masculine. Obviously, look at the bodies, right? Penetrating is a masculine doing. Receiving is the feminine being. So you can go very extreme with this, or you can try to aim for like 80-20, you know. And you can kind of do what's comfortable for you, but if you're noticing that you're very dissatisfied in your long-term relationship, and you do believe it's because your man isn't being a man, how you can test this out is hang back. cultivate your femininity. Now, they say if he's any kind of a good man, once you cultivate your femininity and you truly submit and you truly hang back, it will polarize to go to the other end, and it will allow him to rise up and demonstrate his masculine leadership skills and dominance towards you. But what if he doesn't? Are you prepared to leave? Are you prepared to go through the grief of leaving a relationship? Are you prepared to go through the what it takes to learn and embody self-love? I had to leave. I had to, because it was just no way in fucking hell I was going to continue living like that. And so that's the questions you have to ask yourself. What if you do start hanging back? Now here's what I'll tell you what happened with my twin flame. I have hung back. I am hanging back. And I haven't heard from him. So that either means I'm not fully embodied in my feminine yet, or it's just this divine timing, which some say that's not even a thing, that it's truly you. And I've noticed and you can't fake the universe, you guys. You can't fake out the universe. So sometimes you might think that you're like doing something, but you're really not. And I that could be me. I don't know. I'm just saying. I have noticed there's like 3 different instances that I can truly pinpoint when I actually felt like elated and actually happy and excited and just like super like bubbly from like something totally not even him. Boom, like that, he called me, out of nowhere. Because it's like, they can feel that. Your person can feel it. So it's like, I just got to keep working. I'm not say working. I got to keep consciously embodying feminine energy, learning how to feel happiness, not from an outside source. That means not a guy, not a material object, not an experience. In here. That has been a big challenge for me, especially as a Taurus, because I do like my material objects sometimes, and I do love me a cute guy. So like, yeah, the first time I attracted him out of nowhere to call me out of nowhere, I was feeling so happy because I had been gifted a Gucci belt. And I was like, that was a feeling of like, wow, I arrived. I have a Gucci belt. Like, I'm feeling pretty fucking cool. And I was just not even thinking about like, the happiness of me receiving that Gucci belt in the mail and opening it up, I'm like, wow, I have a luxury item. The happiness and elation that I experienced from receiving that was enough to just push him completely out of my mind and just cherish that moment. I was in the moment. And the minute I felt that happiness, I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was feeling gratitude, happiness, excitement for life, feeling self-love. Like, I was just feeling good. And I was able to connect, and I could feel my frequency rise. And when that happened, like a couple minutes later, I looked over at my phone. He was like, come pick me up. I'm like, like a double bonus. Oh my God, I got this, and now I get to see my twin. Like, that energy will work. It's just, how do you recreate that, And then the second time that happened, I actually did get a little bit excited about another guy. actually the other two times it happens, I was a little excited about another guy. I mean, I'm trying to move forward and not be a twin flame chaser, you know? So yeah, I did get a little bit excited about, I went to bed really excited about spending time with someone new. And it was a true feeling. It was a true feeling of happiness and excitement about this other guy. And that did it. Right before I went to bed, I actually was just feeling super happy. I was feeling cute. I was feeling seen. Like, I was feeling like, hey, and that actually didn't pan out very well. That could be another story time, maybe, but I don't know. And I woke up the next morning to a message from my twin that said, I'm sorry I've been distant, explained a lot of stuff. Please don't give up. I can feel you when you do the energy shifting and stuff. And it was just a heartfelt message. And I messaged him back a little bit and I talked a little bit with him. But then it kind of went back to the same. And there was another instance before that where I was excited about not necessarily the dude that I was kind of texting with, but for the plans that we made. I was kind of excited about that, and that kind of brought my twin back too. So it's truly getting them out of your. It's. You can't lie. You can't lie to the universe when you're embodied in that happiness. It's either you're fucking feeling that or you're not. And it's like, fuck, I gotta find something that can give me that feeling. You know what I mean? And I guess that's what you're supposed to be able to do and learn is cultivating that feeling within yourself so that you never have to rely on an outside source to feel good. You feel good within yourself because you're in your body, and then that's when you're truly in your feminine essence and all of that. So it's a learning process, you guys, and I hope this video was helpful. If you have any further questions on this, go ahead and type them into the comments. And I can do more videos about this if you want. And if you need coaching, I do offer sessions. I offer half-hour sessions and hour-long sessions, and that's where you can come to me with situations that you're dealing with, and I can show you with your own examples how to turn the energy around, do a little bit energy work on you if you need. And everyone I've worked with and given a session to has had a success rate of turning around their situation. So yeah. I need a me for me, yo. I need a me for me. Anyways, if you hung on this long watching, good for you. It means you're really hungry for learning and you really do want to make a change. And this masculine and feminine energy, I encourage you to Google some of this, read up on what you can and learn, because I never knew a fucking thing about this shit until a few years ago, and I really just started diving into why do I keep attracting the bullshit that I'm attracting, and how do I change this? Because until you learn your lesson, you can hop from partner to partner, but if there's something inside of you, you're just going to keep attracting the same actions or the same outcome or the same result in what you feel with them until you resolve it in yourself. So that's kind of what I've been doing for a while, and it's I had 4 or 5 very different guys but the result was the same. The feelings I felt was the same. You know, it might have been different abuses, different vices, different reasons, but it was all come down to the same thing. Me feeling neglected, me feeling out of body, even me just not a good feeling, you know, not a good feeling at all. And not realizing that this was stuff inside of me that needed to be worked the fuck out so that I can actually start getting different. And I think when you meet your twin, that really sets you off on that path of, oh, I can feel good next to a guy. Yeah, I like that, you know? And now, even with, you know, some random times I've had, I can genuinely say for the most part, I'm seeing a little bit trickle in here of I am getting treated well. I am getting recognized as um, female. I am, you know, and the ones that don't, I can recognize that enough now to say, okay, this isn't for me. We're not going to continue this. So it is about having the knowledge, but it's also about having the embodiment. And I think having the knowledge can also help you in knowing that you're not going to get attached to somebody too soon if they're not showing you what you're looking for to be shown, you know? So happy dating out there, peeps. Good luck. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful.